Okay, we're going to move towards the blanketing ceremony, so we'd like to call Mr. Richard Wong up to the stage, please.
Behalf of Musqueam and the hospitality of the First Nation, all the directions, the four lifespans, the four directions, nations, the spirituality of the lifespans, tiny tot teens, adult grandparents, the four seasons are on here. The green are on the Thunderbirds for the land. The blue are Thunderbirds for the east and west in respects of 8,000 drums, and we invite our chairman and head organizer, Richard Wong, to accept that for all 8,000 drums that are out today in the highest of your honor on behalf of all of our drums, the four-legged that help us today. So today, the highest of honors, we cover our chairman, Richard Wong, on behalf of all that are here. We blanket you all, and cross-country, we blanket the country and the 8,000 drums. So put it around on his shoulders, the white side down. All drum rolls, all drums roll, all drums roll. Haichka Siambe. Thank you, our spokesperson, Musqueam Council, Ross Campbell.
Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. On behalf of all of you, thank you.
If you want to drum with us, the heartbeat of the earth, it's a heartbeat drum. It's Women Warrior tribute to 8,000 drums, and we honor 8,000 all drums today. If you don't have a drum, you could put your hands together and become one with the country's drum beat, Women's Warrior song, and our lead, Musqueam Council, Ross Campbell.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking the Musqueam Indian Band for the blessing and kicking off the celebrations today. I now invite everyone to please rise for the singing of O Canada, led by the Vancouver Children's Choir. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in thanking the Vancouver Children's Choir. How many times I hear our national anthem, I just get goosebumps. And those goosebumps are a little more magnified on a day like today. Thank you everyone for carving out the time to join us for this incredible celebration. I would also like to introduce today's honored guests. I invite all of you to please hold your round of applause until I go through this very impressive honor roll. First, the Minister of Sport and Persons with Disabilities, the Honorable Carla Qualtrough. Member of Parliament for Vancouver Centre, the Honorable Dr. Hetty Fry. Member of Parliament for Vancouver East, Jenny Kwan. Deputy Consul General Tian Yi, Consulate General of the People's Republic of China. Senator Yun Pao Wu. MLA Michael Lee. Vancouver Acting Mayor Raymond Louie. Vancouver City Councilor Andrea Reimer. Vancouver Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioner Sarah Kirby Young. World War II veteran Tommy Wong. Post-World War II veterans Hao Lee and Alfred Wu. Honorary Captain of Royal Canadian Navy and Chair of Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21, Tung Chan. National Chair of the Canada 150 Atlantic to Pacific Celebration, Mr. Richard Wong. Vice Chairs, Ms. Maggie Ip, Mr. King Wan, Mr. James Chu, and our very generous sponsors and donors, Tom and Lulu Leung and Grace Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our dignitaries. It is now my pleasure to welcome the Minister of Sport and Persons with Disabilities, the Honorable Carla Qualtrough, for some welcoming remarks, and a Member of Parliament, the Honorable Dr. Hetty Fry, to the stage.
Welcome. Hi, thank you. Is Hetty here? Okay, I'm going to start. Hi, everybody. Happy Canada Day, right? We're so excited. Bonjour tout le monde. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we're on the traditional territories of the Coast Salish people and extend thanks to the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nation on whose ancestral lands we're gathered here today. It's great to see so many people and families out today, and so wonderful to have communities across and throughout Canada come and drum to celebrate Canada's 150th. He's with me, just ignore him. It's exciting that today we may be breaking the Guinness Book of World Record for the largest geographic area of a simultaneous drumming for a National Day celebration. So good luck to everyone. Today we join the many events happening across the country celebrating the rich heritage and cultural diversity that make Canada such a great place to live, work, and raise our families. And today's event is a perfect example of the inclusive, multicultural society that Canada is all about. This year has been an exceptional one, filled with activities and events that empower Canada's 154 main themes. Our youth promoting diversity and inclusion, establishing a spirit of reconciliation with Indigenous peoples, and encouraging all of us to rediscover Canada's natural beauty and our connection to the environment. And while 2017 has definitely been a year of celebration of our rich heritage, it has also been one of reflection, a chance to look back at how we have come and how much we have learned. As we move forward together, we must do so in the spirit of reconciliation with Indigenous peoples to ensure that Canada's next 150 years leave a better legacy than the past. Our government is committed to a renewed partnership, one based on recognition of rights, respect, cooperation, and partnership. But remember, it's up to all of us to leave a lasting legacy beyond 2017. The vision for this once-in-a-generation initiative will only be achieved through direct engagement and participation of all of us. Moving forward, Canada 150 is an opportunity for all Canadians to come together, showcase our achievement, and reflect on Canada's place in the world. An anniversary like this is a significant moment in our history and a reason to celebrate. These are our celebrations. We can all help build a lasting legacy for the future, a legacy that will help continue to propel Canada forward as a welcoming and prosperous country where everyone can reach their full potential. It's up to all Canadians to do their part to build an inclusive society and deepen our ties across diverse communities. We know that Canada has succeeded economically, politically, and culturally because of our strong diversity. This is what makes all communities across country so unique, diverse, and vibrant. Together, let us make 2017 a year to remember. Happy Canada Day, everyone. Thank you, and merci.
Thank you, Minister. We're so thrilled to have you join us today. It is now my pleasure to welcome the Deputy Consul General Chen Yi, Consulate General of the People's Republic of China, to say a few words. If I can now invite the Deputy Consul General Chen Yi to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Happy 150th birthday to Canada. And also, congratulations to the Legacy 150 Celebrations Society for organizing such a wonderful multicultural drumming event across Canada, which gathered people of different origin together to celebrate and also to contribute to the great nations. And wish all the success and enjoy your celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Consul General. Now to bring greetings from the province, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome MLA Michael Lee.
Well, hello, everyone. I wanted to bring greetings on behalf of all of my colleagues in the Provincial Legislative Assembly of the Province of British Columbia. It's great that we're all gathered here today, and I just want to again recognize that we're on the traditional territories of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and the Musqueam nations. As Canadians, while we celebrate 150 years since Confederation, it's important that we recognize that the history of this land and the Indigenous people's relationship with this land extends beyond 150 years to time immemorial. And also that we respectfully acknowledge their history, their culture, and traditions. Apart from non-Indigenous Canadians, we came to this land as immigrants from all over the world, and our diversity and vibrant multicultural framework is part of what makes Canada so strong. Whether we immigrated to Canada ourselves, or whether it was our parents, our grandparents, or other family members before them, we all have an immigrant story. Many of these stories start from humble beginnings and the search for better opportunities. My father came here from Hong Kong in 1953 and lived in the summers in Chinatown while studying at UBC in his early 20s. He worked as a janitor at St. Paul's Hospital, and the local church had helped him find his first job there. My mother came in 1962 and worked first as a nurse at VGH and then went into public health nursing. Many of our families have had similar sacrifices, working hard to support a better future for us and instilling in us a strong work ethic. And yet, our different pasts and family histories as Canadians, we share many similarities, like ingenuity and determination, two traits that define what it means to be Canadian. To overcome the obstacles and barriers across our great nation, by necessity, good doses of ingenuity and determination have been required. And I think today, the kind of gathering that Richard Wong and others around the organizing committee to bring across this effort, across this great nation of ours, to have this drumming effort with the support of other communities across our country, is a tremendous example of the kind of creativity, ingenuity, and determination of what it makes to be a great Canadian. We also share, and we're sharing it here today, here in this park, civic engagement, the positive encouragement about what it means to be part of a community. And as you know, Canadians abroad or at home are known to be compassionate, to want to always lend a hand. And our federal government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, continues to demonstrate that. And across this great province, we recognize that it's a collective and a shared responsibility to help each other, to take care of each other in our neighborhoods and in our communities. Canadians are true community builders. Back in my university days, I was fortunate to be part of a National Youth Advisory Committee and to travel across this great country for a year. It helped to shape my understanding and my view of our country. And I hope that with many young people who are here today, that you'll have similar experiences, to experience the pride and the view and the vision of our great country, and to explore what it means to be Canadian. And we can see many examples, of course, by looking around us of what it means to be Canadian. And today, I want to join you in this event and thank you again for the contribution and the support you continue to provide to our country. With this in mind, let's celebrate our great country. Happy 150th birthday, Canada. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. You know you're at the hottest party or the most popular event when everyone wants to speak. So it is now my pleasure to welcome our final representative representing the City of Vancouver, the acting mayor, to present the proclamation of an all-Canadian simultaneous drumming celebration day to our very own national chair, Richard Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Raymond Louis.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Happy Canada Day. I'd like to first start off by recognizing that we are gathered today on the unceded territories of the Squamish, the Musqueam, and the Tsleil-Waututh people. And we're very pleased to have this opportunity to celebrate our nation's 150th anniversary. For the city of Vancouver, we know that, of course, it is our country. This land extends, its history extends beyond 150 years. And this is why you may have noticed that for Vancouver, the city of Vancouver, we put a little plus in behind our advertisements and our celebrations here in our city, because it's in recognition of the First Nations that were here long before us. And I think it's important to do that as we celebrate the many cultures that we celebrate today all across Canada. Our nation's history is varied. It's been both very strong in terms of things that we can be proud of, but also many history lessons that we can learn from our past as well. And this day gives us a chance to celebrate, but also a moment to reflect on what else can be done to be a more passionate and humane society, one that supports those that are in need, and those that celebrate our diversity, but also recognize that those that are in need of housing or issues with mental health need the support of all of us, not just government, but us as a community. And this is the Canada that I know that we can be, that we are in comparison to many countries around the world, and for us to strive to be better. And this is why I think we gather today as Canadians, that we gather today to be more than we are, to celebrate more than we are as individuals, to celebrate how we as Canadians have much to be proud of, but much more work to be done, and we are committed and recommit on this day to do that work. Today, I'm here today as acting mayor of the City of Vancouver to read a proclamation on behalf of our Mayor, Gregor Robertson. An all Canadian simultaneous drumming celebration, whereas the City of Vancouver believes in supporting community celebrations that are inclusive and multicultural, and whereas Canada 150 Atlantic to Pacific celebration will bring Canadians together to drum simultaneously to celebrate Canada's 150th birthday on July 1st, 2017. And whereas Vancouver will host the first ever Guinness World Records attempt for the most nationalities in a drum circle, while celebrating multiculturalism and diversity within our communities. And whereas Vancouver will be drumming simultaneously with 7 other cities across 5 time zones. And whereas a federal nonprofit organization, the Legacy 150 Celebration Society, took the initiative in organizing this event with the help of over 200 community groups and supporters. Now therefore, I, Raymond Louis, acting mayor of the City of Vancouver, on behalf of our Mayor Gregor Robertson of the City of Vancouver, do hereby proclaim Saturday, July the 1st, that was close, July the 1st, 2017, as an all-Canadian simultaneous drumming celebration day in the City of Vancouver. Happy Canada Day, everyone.
And before we hear from Richard, Hetty Fry, thank you, Raymond. There's plenty of flags. Before we hear from Richard, we will invite to the podium. I know Dr. Hetty Fry has been incredibly busy. This is her, I think, 2nd or 3rd Canada Day event already. Please welcome MP Dr. Hetty Fry.
Thank you. Happy Canada Day, everybody. And isn't it a wonderful day? Look, at the sun is shining on us. And I think this is such an honor to be here, setting a Guinness World Record for drumming from coast to coast in this country. I just want to thank you for thinking about this, and I hope we can do this every year from now on, getting this drumming across the country to celebrate our nation's great holiday. So thank you guys for being here. I'm not going to keep you. I know you're anxious to get on with it. But again, happy Canada Day.
Thank you, Hetty. Without further ado, the gentleman that has been behind this initiative for many years now, bringing this 150 event to life. Ladies and gentlemen, your national chair, Richard Wong.
Welcome to the Canada 150 Atlantic to Pacific celebration. Happy Canada Day! This event has had 3 years of planning by the National Committee in Vancouver and volunteers across the country. It has been truly my honor to serve as the national chairman. The amazing group of volunteers has managed to put on this nationwide simultaneous drumming celebration entirely with private effort and funding and without any government funding. It employs the sincere desire to showcase our unity, multiculturalism, and love to our country, Canada. While organizing by Chinese Canadian organization, it embraced all Canadians to join in the drumming celebration. And you will see this in the performance later. We will also attempt a Guinness World Record. And I want to thank all the participants representing so many countries, all joining us to drum for Canada 150. Thank you. My deepest heartfelt thanks to the National Committee, the Regional Committee, and Chair Eric Young of Halifax, Jack Lee, Bradley Zhao of Montreal, Jason Zhang of Ottawa, Carson Ho of Toronto, Eva Look of Winnipeg, Nelson Ng of Regina, Eugene Chin of Calgary. The participants of the Cross Canada Delegation Tour, Hon Sing Athletic Club, Wushu BC, World War II veteran, 93 years old, Mr. Tommy Wong. And veteran Hao Li and Alfred Wu, Vice Chair James Chu of CBA, Committee Member Sandra Sung, and final thanks to our special Vice Chair, Maggie Yip. Thank you, Maggie. And Helen Yu of Choice Communication, and all the volunteers, our donor, sponsor, especially Downtown Subaru of Toronto, Mr. and Mrs. Tom and Lulu Liang, and all the 200 plus supporting community organizations across Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, let's drum for Canada 150 and for an even brighter future of all Canadians and friends around the world. Thank you very much.
You're going to be hard-pressed to find a more passionate Canadian than Richard Wong. That was absolutely fantastic. You get younger every year, I tell ya. Ladies and gentlemen, at 11 o'clock, we will be joining other cities from coast to coast for some simultaneous drumming. I want to invite all of you to get your drums ready. Our volunteers has drums for you if you don't have any. But before we do so, we're going to continue with the drumming celebrations. It's now my pleasure to welcome a South Asian drumming performance of tabla drums by the Nod Foundation, led by Armjeet Singh. The Nod Foundation is a non-profit organization dedicated to preserving and promoting the culture, traditions, and heritage of music, dance, and literature. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our South Asian drumming contingent.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Canada Day.
Thank you. We are now 10 minutes from coast to coast drumming. Before we get into those festivities and as you warm up your drums, let's enjoy a Chinese lion and dragon dance performance by the Shaolin Hungar Kung Fu Association and the Chinese dragon dance from the Han Sing Athletic Club. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shaolin Hungar Kung Fu Association and the Han Sing Athletic Club. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 minutes away from simultaneous drumming across Canada. We invite you to bring your drums as we will be joining cities from coast to coast. We will be joining Calgary and Regina, Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Halifax. This will be broadcasted live across Canada on Facebook and YouTube platforms under Canada 150 Drumming. Right after, the Guinness World Record attempt for most nationalities in a drum circle will take place in front of this stage. Feel free to tag us at hashtag Canada 150 Drumming. Before we start in 3 minutes, please direct your attention to the video screen. We have a very special message.
All-Canadian World Record Drumming Celebration. Thank you to the Legacy 150 Celebration Society and to everyone across the country who made this event possible. And thank you to everyone for coming here together to drum today. People around the world have used drumming as a way to communicate across distances. Today, you remind us of the power and importance of connecting one another and remind us that our diversity is our greatest strength. Nous profitons du 150e anniversaire de la Confédération pour célébrer les contributions des nombreuses communautés multiculturelles qui font du Canada un endroit où il fait si bon vivre. Today and every day, let's celebrate the differences that make us who we are, strong, diverse, inclusive, and proud. Have a wonderful celebration. Thank you. Merci.
All right, thank you, Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, we're literally a minute away from simultaneous drumming from coast to coast. We will be drumming for 6 minutes. We've got the choir here who will be assisting with the singing of O Canada as you continue to drum, joining our friends in Calgary, in Regina, Halifax, Winnipeg, Ottawa, Toronto, and Montreal. All the VIPs, please join us on the stage. We will provide you with a little drum. The VIPs will be participating. There will be 13 groups and drums. They'll be drumming 13 times, signifying the 10 provinces and 13 territories that make Canada such an awesome country. As they start drumming, we want to invite all of you to join in, led by the choir singing the national anthem. It is now 11 o'clock. We're going to invite the choir to start singing. We're going to invite the VIPs to start drumming. And then we're going to invite all of you to join us in the largest national drumming ever. Calgary. Loud and proud. Woo, yes! Woo! stop now. Yeah, stop. You have to stop it now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Woo! Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. What an incredible achievement. We just drummed simultaneously across 8 Canadian cities and 5 time zones. Let's give everyone another round of applause for setting our own Canadian, all-inclusive, simultaneous drumming celebration record. I'm not sure if you even noticed on the screen, but we were cutting into other cities who were drumming near and far. That was truly outstanding. Woo! We would love everyone's attention now as we will attempt to set a world record for the most nationalities in a drum circle. So if I could please have everyone's attention, invite all of our guests to exit the stage. We are going to bring up to the podium a very special guest. He is the adjudicator from the Guinness World Records. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the official that will adjudicate our attempt for the most nationalities in a drum circle, which will be assembling in front of the stage in that very stanchioned area. We want to invite all the nationalities to start assembling there. But as you do so, to share with us the rules, the guidelines, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy Coggins.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Fred. As Fred mentioned, my name's Jimmy Coggins. I'm the official adjudicator for Guinness World Records. In a couple minutes, we are going to have an attempt for the most nationalities in a drum circle. The guidelines are that each nationality, each participant representing a different country must have a current passport for citizenship to that country. We will go by the total number of different nationalities represented. The threshold to achieve a record is 50 nationalities. We will conduct the drum circle, which will be a 5-minute duration, conducted by the group here in the center, as he mentioned. Now we have a steward who's in the midst of that group, who is my eyes to make sure that each drummer is actually participating for the full duration. Edmund, have you surveyed the group and you're confident that you have eyes on everyone? right there.
Alfred. Okay, say one more time.
So as our drummers are assembling, so please, you have less than 2 minutes to assemble. Edmund will ensure that you're all in that drumming circle. I want to share some of the countries represented in that drumming circle, and we do have to meet the 50 nationalities. We've got representatives from Australia, Bulgaria, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, the Czech Republic, Ecuador, Ethiopia, Hong Kong, France, India. The list goes on, and of course, our very own Canadian representatives. Edmund, are they almost ready? Jimmy will give the official go-ahead. For everybody else, we want you to show your support. Are we ready to support our national and multinational drummers? We have as well the Musqueam representative amongst this very esteemed group of drummers. I think, Jimmy, we are ready. I am going to turn it over to you. You have got your stopwatch. You're going to give the official go-ahead as we attempt the Guinness World Record for the most nationalities. Over to you, Jimmy.
Thank you. So, drummers, are you ready? Let me see some hands out there. Okay, in just a couple seconds, I will count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. When you hear go, I will start the stopwatch. We will go for a full 5 minutes. I will count you down. I'll give you a 30-second warning towards the end, and then count you down from 10 to 0 to complete the attempt. Are you ready to attempt a Guinness World Record? Okay, drummers ready. 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Complete. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, over the next little bit, I'm going to be verifying the participation, verifying passports, and the registration process. We will be back at 11:55 with an announcement as to whether they've actually achieved a new record, so bear with me.
Thank you, Jimmy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking our incredible drummers from all the various nations participating today. I'm giving Jimmy his official clipboard. You know, this is very serious when they ask for your passport, when they send officials to ensure you are all drumming simultaneously and that there are absolutely no breaks. We will hear very shortly if we have made history. As we wait for the official results from Guinness, let's enjoy some more multicultural drumming. I'm not the stage manager. Stage manager, they need microphones. They need microphones. Can you tell her? Oh.
Okay. So you stay
No
here
worries.
till the bitter end?
Yeah, I have to.
I'm going to count it down.
Okay. Our next performance, please give us your undivided attention. They're going to be doing their own drumming. Ladies and gentlemen, South American percussion band, Breaking Boundaries.
Thank you so much, everyone. We are Breaking Boundaries, and now we are going to play a song that is called Cumbia Meets. con ustedes, Carlos Moya, on the Caja Vallenata. Cumbia from Colombia. Nicolás Segura on the Guacharaca. Y con ustedes, con Colombia, John González en el acordeón. We are breaking boundaries. We come from Colombia. And that's cumbia.
From South America, let's give it up one more time
South
for
America,
Breaking
Colombia.
Boundaries. Many of you have asked when the announcement will be made, whether we were successful in our world record attempt. That will be announced at 11:55. We'll hear back from Jimmy very shortly. But in the meantime, we have more performances for all of you this afternoon. It is now my pleasure to welcome our next performers. Please welcome a Chinese Shaolin Kung Fu demonstration performance by the Shaolin Zhenwu Cultural Center of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a Canadian welcome to the Shaolin Zhenwu Cultural Center. Nicely done. I'm not messing with any of those folks. That was wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, shortly we will be announcing whether we were successful in our world record attempt. We do have 2 more performances before that announcement. We would now like to invite our good friends, African descent, to join us on stage for a very special drumming performance. Have we enjoyed the festivities thus far, everyone? I'm just wondering if there are any neighbors still not up yet. It has been a wonderful morning and afternoon of drumming. Clearly, we are loud and proud Canadians. It's been a wonderful kickoff for Canada Day festivities. And I believe we are certainly stronger together. And today's multicultural performances clearly demonstrates our unity, and we cannot wait to keep the party going. I know Jimmy and his team, I see him. I think we may have an announcement shortly. Thank you for your patience. We certainly want to be trending today, so if you have been taking photos or videos, I know many of you had, please use the hashtag Canada150drumming. Hashtag Canada150drumming. We want to share our party with the rest of the nation.
Hello!
I think they're ready.
Hello! Welcome to Canada, 150 years down on the road. Let us give a big applause to Canadian government. Big applause to Canadian government. I have seen what I have never seen in the world, to see drums of the whole globe, they are here today. That's what we mean to be Canadians. So, I have here, Chris is here. It's gonna be right at this instrument you see. Steve Sake, they are here, both of them, to represent the continent of Africa and the people of African descent. This is where we started, right there at Chinatown. 150 years we are here. So let us play drum. The drum to us in Africa means unity. A drum means unity. When someone perform a drum, nothing but to come together. A drum is to solve every problem in the society, and that's why the Canadians, they choose this drum to bring us together. Thank you. Enjoy this music. Yassini, the organizer for African Descent Festival, is happening right there. African Descent Festival, July 22, 23 at Thornton Park in front of the Central Station. Be there, July. Thanks. Enjoy. much. Chris has something to say.
We're here representing the continent of Africa in Canada, and I competed, took part in the Guinness attempt representing Germany. And you think, well, he's a German kid up on stage with the Africans. I just want to plug, we're all the same. We all came from one place. And in the global community, it kind of ends in Vancouver. We're all here together, but one people and one love. Let's come together. Happy Canada Day!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. African descent people have been here 150 years, right there in front of the Sky train station. That's where they started it. They established Organizale, all of us unite. And the Mayor Robert said they are going to remove that viaduct down there, and they need to re-establish the black community in Vancouver. That's why to be at Canada 150 is to remind our history that no difference, no matter where we came from, all of us here, we came from Africa. That is our homeland. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more performance before the announcement. There's a lot of drums coming up on the stage. We may want to invite the people in the front to just step back just a little as they're going to set up their very large drums. Let me know when you're ready. These men and women are from the Cheongdong Performing Arts Society. Very shortly, we'll be enjoying a Korean drumming performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the Cheongdong Performing Arts Society. Nicely done. Were they not fabulous? Ladies and gentlemen, the Chungdong Performing Arts Society. All right. I'm going to invite Jimmy Coggan from the World Guinness Records to join me on the stage. He will very shortly announce if our drummers were successful. But before we do so, we had played the video earlier, but there was such a crush of people on the stage. I'm sure many of you weren't able to hear the wonderful greetings from our Prime Minister. So ladies and gentlemen, if I could invite you to direct your attention to the screen, I give you Justin Trudeau.
Hello, everyone. Bonjour à tous. Welcome to this all-Canadian world record drumming celebration. Thank you to the Legacy 150 Celebration Society and to everyone across the country who made this event possible. And thank you to everyone for coming here together to drum today. People around the world have used drumming as a way to communicate across distances. Today, you remind us of the power and importance of connecting one another and remind us that our diversity is our greatest strength. Nous profitons du 150e anniversaire de la Confédération pour célébrer les contributions des nombreuses communautés multiculturelles qui font du Canada un endroit où il fait si bon vivre. Today and every day, let's celebrate the differences that make us who we are, strong, diverse, inclusive, and proud. Have a wonderful celebration. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, JT. I feel like I can call him JT because he's just that cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like now to welcome, I know you're all waiting for the announcement, the adjudicator from Guinness World Records. Please welcome back Jimmy Coggins.
Thank you. You know, I do a lot of events with big groups, and a lot of them are community-oriented. And I just want to thank you for inviting Guinness World Records here. I want to tell you that I'm honored and I'm humbled by the gathering, the diversity, the number of groups, the performances. I got to tell you, that's probably the best performance of this old man I've ever seen. So today's attempt was the most nationalities in a drum circle. In order to meet that record, to achieve a new record, we needed 50 different nationalities represented in the circle. Today, we achieved 37 nationalities represented. And I got to tell you, while you did not achieve a new world record, that was a great effort by a great community, and you have so much to be proud of. And as I said, I'm just honored to be a part of it, and I want to see you guys get together again. I know that while we might not have had 50 nationalities in the circle, with this group here, with your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, I'm sure there's hundreds of nationalities represented in this community. So thank you for participating. Thank you for demonstrating that you can bring a community together. And again, thank you for involving Guinness World Records.
Thank you very much, Mr. Coggins. On behalf of the team that attempted the Guinness World Record, obviously we're disappointed, but you know what? In my view, the attempt was the achievement. We attempted. On this Canada Day, it was all about demonstrating Canada's inclusiveness, diversity, and harmony. We achieved that, and if nothing else, I say to you, let's press on and come back to us in Canada's bicentennial, Canada's 200th anniversary, 2067. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, it's another great reason why we all should come back together again. Maybe not in 50 years, maybe next year. We would like to invite, before a few more performances, we want to invite those drummers who made that record attempt to join us on stage with Jimmy, with Richard for a photo. So if you were one of those 37 countries represented, please come to the stage right now, and we are going to take a photo to share with Guinness and the rest of Canadians here. So for all of you drummers who are participating in that world record attempt, if you could please come to the stage right now. Thank you.
Señoras y señores, ladies and gentlemen, please come to the stage.
Mama. Come. Like this. Bebecito. It's good, yeah, it's okay. Uy, maybe you go on this side.
Congratulations again to all the drummers that joined us. 37 nations were represented. I'm sure we're going to break that record next year. I'm going to tell Richard to get on it right now. Let's start planning for 2018. We have another wonderful choir performance from members of King's College alumni. If we could invite these two members to come to the stage. These two members met each other at their high school, King's College in Hong Kong, over 40 years ago, where they sang folk songs together. Ladies and gentlemen, from King's College, let's welcome the King's College. I don't think they're that old. They're saying here in my script, the old boys. Jackal and Clement.
Hello. We're going to sing you This Land Is Your Land. Many of you know this song. Some of you probably learned it in school. And others may have heard our neighbor's version, our neighbor down south. Theirs is pretty good, but I think ours is better because we're further east, and we're further west, and we're much further north. This land is your land. From Bonavista in the Atlantic to Vancouver Island in the Pacific. So it fits in so well with this drumming event today. Canada, this land's your land, a land made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From Buena Vista to Vancouver Island, from the Arctic Circle to the Great Lakes waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me this golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From Buena Vista to Vancouver Island, from the Arctic Circle to the Great Lakes waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifting, a voice was saying, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From Buena Vista to Vancouver Island, from the Arctic Circle to the Great Lakes waters. This land was made for you and me. Sing with us. This land is your land. This land is my land. From Buena Vista to Vancouver Island, from the Arctic Circle to the Great Lakes waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Thank you. Thank you.
Please join me in thanking Jacqueline Clement. All right. These folks have been waiting patiently all morning long, and I am so excited to welcome them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Paulinian Alumni Vancouver Choir. This group was established in 1987, and its caroling team is actively involved in community service. We're delighted they have carved out the time to join us today on Canada Day. They will sing a very popular Cantonese song, Love and Passion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Paulinian Alumni Vancouver Choir. and gentlemen, the Polinian Alumni Vancouver Choir. Awesome! Ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the Canada 150.
Okay, we're going to move towards the blanketing ceremony, so we'd like to call Mr. Richard Wong up to the stage, please.
On behalf of Musqueam and the hospitality of the First Nation, all the directions, the four lifespans, the four directions nations, the spirituality of the lifespans, tiny tot.
Okay, we're going to move towards the blanketing ceremony, so we'd like to call Mr. Richard Wong up to the stage, please.
On behalf of Musqueam and the hospitality of the First Nation, all the directions, the four lifespans, the four directions nations, the spirituality of the lifespans, tiny tot teens, adult grandparents, the four seasons are on here. The green are on the Thunderbirds for the land, the blue are Thunderbirds for the east and west in respects of 8,000 drums, and we invite our chairman and head organizer, Richard Wong, to accept that for all 8,000 drums that are out today in the highest of your honor on behalf of all of our drums, the four-legged that help us today. So today, the highest of honors, we cover our chairman, Richard Wong, on behalf of all that are here. We blanket you all, and cross-country, we blanket the country and the 8,000 drums. So put it around on his shoulders, the white side down.